Ladies and gents, we are back in round 2 of the Total War Attila tournament in what appears to be the most boring location on planet Earth.
Wow, yeah, there's
sort of
nothing.
Perfectly flat, featureless area. There are still birds in the sky, but who knows where they live in this completely desert of grass environment. But anyway, aside from the environment, there's some bullshit going on where two armies have somehow found themselves out here and decided to contest this very strategic point by having a battle. So on one side, it happens to be the Prussian Prince. On the other side, who could it be?
OverkillTW.
Ah, well, that explains everything.
Indeed.
So they're going to go at it in this round 2 fight. Both of them have already found victory with their respective factions, which is the Jutes and the Saxons. So who will win here? Prussian Prince being the favourite, of course, as we mentioned last time. Everyone claims he's going to win.
Yeah, and those who don't know him, of course, claim that Legend of Total War is going to win. But yeah, Prussian Prince is definitely the favourite of the tournament. We'll see how he does today, though.
If you watched his previous battle, he's brought an army that's sort of like doubling down on what he did in the battle where he defeated Haxo the Hunter. So in that battle, he basically put a line of cav and a line of axemen and a line of archers and just charged forwards with sort of no particular tactics. And this time, he's got rid of those archers because they were ruining the plan. This time, it's just more cav and more axemen. So it's basically, he's got a charge, he's got tons of shock infantry, he's got 1 unit of hurlers, just some sort of joke to fill out the ranks, to be there hurling away.
I guess he literally had like 130 or whatever they cost left. It's like, oh, just throw in a hurler unit.
Throw
Why
some
not?
hurlers in. So
one thing that has to be mentioned, actually, apparently Overkill was, well, he was aware of the fact that Prussian Prince was a favorite, and so is Legend of Total War. And Legend of Total War didn't want to fight Prussian Prince, so what he did, he was training with Overkill for several hours using.
For God's sake.
This is not a lie or a joke. This is actually true. He did not want to play Prussian Prince, so he trained with Overkill to make him a killing machine, to try and beat Prussian Prince for him, and we're gonna find out how that works.
Okay, so he's got the official anti-Prussian Prince strategy in his mind, I guess.
So he brought an army specifically meant to counter whatever Prussian Prince could have brought. So they tested out several armies, and then in hopes of just making this army which will just decimate Prussian Prince.
So they've used the power of science to win, and they've brought onagers as a decision.
They did indeed. We have not banned any unit types, so onagers were allowed. One thing also to note, small thing, is that they're playing on large instead of ultra. I'm not sure why. I don't know why this randomly happens every once in a while. They just like don't go for ultra unit size, but not a big deal. Anyway, so yeah, they brought onagers, not banned, which is kind of funny, by the way, because onagers, they still have 4, even though it's a large unit size. You'd think that they would go down to 3.
Oh yeah, that's a
there's 30 men, but they still have, that seems like an unfair thing. Anyway, so yeah, artillery not banned, so it is allowed. And then he's brought several Saxon lancers, a bunch of heroic cavalry as well. I'm pretty sure we've seen those before, and the heroic cavalry have the excellent attack against cavalry. He's brought a whole bunch of chosen warriors, which look like a really strong unit, like both offensively and defensively. 53 armor, 100 health. Well, 100 health is pretty low, but the attack's really high. Nordic raid leader and a bunch of Nordic hurlers. So he's definitely got a ranged advantage with both the artillery pieces
and gigantic ranged advantage.
and Nordic hurlers. I think or what's good for the Prussian Prince, though, is that he brought a lot of cavalry, so he should be able to hopefully take care of that onager.
Tons of cav, and they're anti-cav as well, so he should be able to get himself a cavalry advantage if he doesn't just go for the frontal charge this time. We'll see.
Let's find out, shall we?
I guess we should find out. Let's hit the button in 3, 2, 1, activate.
We didn't even check if we were at the same time, by the way.
We're probably at roughly the same time.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Who knows? Right, the onager are going to start firing right away, I guess. No, it's not. It's creeping upwards first.
Moving up, yep.
They aren't quite in range yet.
It's just about getting into range now, I believe. I think he's actually targeted one of the infantry units rather than the cavalry, which makes sense.
Take on the Huskiles. Looks like Prince is going to shuffle over to align their formations a little bit better, just to get started. So he's going to need to be aware of that ranged engagement and try not to be in it, because he'll definitely lose. His hurlers, though, are sprinting forwards ahead of the army. Are they going to go and just tank everything?
Looks like Prussian Prince is moving his cavalry out to the flank now, like a regular move, instead of just charging it straight up front forward.
Oh, rubbish.
Like he did last time.
Rubbish.
Terrible.
Just charge the front line. So it's going to be a normal cavalry battle, unfortunately, for us.
Looks like...
the hurlers are going to go for it, though. He is going to go for the skirmish. One unit
my
hurlers,
God.
first of about 1 million. How will it do? I wonder if he was planning on trying to tank the onager shots, like hoping the onager was on fire at will, so he sent the hurlers to try and take the shots.
An interesting move by Prussian Prince is just moving all of his units towards the flank. There's essentially no middle left anymore, except for the general and one Huskar unit.
Super flanking o'clock. The hurler's just going to hold that center.
The onagers are going to have a very hard time hitting anything, I think, because, like, obviously the hits are quite small, and the units... I guess that's a good thing about smaller unit sizes. They're going to be hard to hit
you
as
get more
well.
onagers, but you can't hit anything with them, so maybe it balances out.
It looks like it's just going for an entire full-on flank attack here.
It's a cavalry attack starting here. No, they're not. Sorry. Overkill had ordered his men to run forwards, but then he gave up on that.
The border curlers are running away.
They were defeated. So nearly getting onager hits, but the onager just doesn't seem to be paying for itself.
So far it's...
The hurlers have rallied. It's time for round 2. Yeah, so I was going to say, there's hurlers. Surely they should be firing at something else by now. They are just starting to target other units.
I was going to say, how is Overkill going to answer to this odd formation that Prussian Prince is going for? Looks like he's sending the cavalry in now on the his right side.
They're getting close. Oh, they've got a cavalry engagement has been ordered. Both sides are anti-cav-cav. Which is the better anti-cav-cav-cav?
The Saxon Lancers actually not necessarily, but of course they have the very high charge bonus, so they should technically be able to do some damage against cavalry as well.
Well, Heroic Cav claim to be on a higher tier.
Some of the hurlers just charge into the
interesting.
Nordic for some reason. Not quite sure what happened there, but it looks like on both sides the same thing happened actually.
Oh yeah, those hurlers are really going into that melee strong, and they're probably going to get punished for that, unfortunately.
Yes.
They're going down fast.
Ooh, one of
the horsemen also going down
about
fast.
To be charged. Here we go. Charging back into the Nordic Horse Lords. Just the engagement's all over the place, but it looks like the main Chosen Warrior front isn't being used right now, so that's definitely in Prussian Prince's advantage.
They're just waiting, yeah. I mean, what they're waiting for? Nothing's going to happen in the center.
No,
Prince has no central attack. He might as well go and join the fight right now.
He's trying to protect his onager, perhaps, but it's not going to do... I mean, it hasn't done anything.
Just drop the onager. We don't need that.
Yeah, you'd probably be better off using the actual men of the onager unit.
Yeah, go fight the hurlers or something.
Oh, firing onagers into his own men.
It's friendly fire o'clock.
I think he's done more friendly fire. Oh,
got a nice hit there.
Yeah. I was going to say, he probably did more friendly fire so far than anything else. Okay, it looks like engagements are still going on. It looks like on Prussian Prince's right side, though,
Yeah, Prince is clearing that up there. He's going to have a lot more units freed up. And it looks like all those swordsmen are finally now joining the fight.
Yeah, on the other side, it's definitely looking in Overkill's favor, though. He's got a lot more units around there.
Yeah, I think those swords are going to defeat those Huskars. Once they're all bogged down like that, fighting the cav.
The Nordic Warlord is about to engage with about 3 of those Chosen Warrior units.
It's definitely tempted. Are they going to do anything? No, they're getting so close. Go on, fight! I don't think either player is deliberately doing anything here. I think it's just happening to form up right next to each other for no reason.
I feel like maybe they just sort of forgot about that engagement and paying attention to something else on the battlefield right now, because it looks like there could be a very easily flank attack right now on that general unit right
He could take the general out right now. He doesn't see it. There's so much micro going on elsewhere.
Please engage.
Go on, go on. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I think they've made contact. The general's still not turning to engage, though. He refuses to acknowledge that the fight's going on. He is not having any of this.
Nordic raid leader, the general of Overkill, is about to engage with a Nordic Horse Lord unit, but I can't imagine that going very poorly for him. He's got a lot of more men. Only 11 units of cavalry left over there. He's got still 3 of the Huskar units all the way on his.
Yeah, they're gradually coming in, but
they're just miles away. But I think they're going to be too late to join this battle.
Everything else in the meantime. His one hurler unit still going strong in the center. It's managed to avoid being defeated so far.
It looks like that hurler unit's actually going to be winning the ranged engagement because
it's got 10 kills.
The other ones are almost dead. Never mind, they've spoken
had
again.
to run from that melee. Fair enough. So Prussian Prince's general in trouble now.
Yes.
Looks like it's fighting a superior unit and a lancer unit that's just got stuck in there.
Is losing men very, very rapidly right now.
Yes, and Overkill's kiting those Huskars and just charging them over and over again, so he seems to be winning on this side. He actually has a slight advantage on the balance bar as well.
He does indeed, yes. It's starting to turn into his favor.
He's going to bring down those horse lords over there with his general.
Looks like the onager unit has indeed stepped off of the onagers. Maybe he is going to use them as a...
Yes.
Slowing down those Huskars or something.
It's time. It's time for battle.
The Prussian Prince's Nordic Hurlers has come back again from routing. They're currently being chased by 2 of the Chosen Warriors, so I guess that's a good thing. They're keeping 2 units busy.
Yeah, that's a good use. Wasting those units right now, but his general surely got to go down here.
Yeah, it's going to break or it's going to die.
That's got to be a decisive moment here.
Chen going to die as well, and it looks like it's definitely
surrounded by 1 billion units, because Prince's units were just so far off in the distance they weren't able to help.
Yeah, I think he moved his units just a little bit too far. He had the right idea there, but he just moved his Huskars way out. Like there was no, they were nowhere near anymore.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. So if you attack extreme left and extreme right, like even if you win one of the sides, you can't go and win the other side as a result.
Yeah,
so,
and even
unfortunately,
if your men do get like they're exhausted now. They haven't even engaged yet. They're already exhausted.
They finally found some targets. And they are killing those chosen warriors, but now Overkill's going to move everything else back in to join the battle. There he goes. Is that going to rout everything else? Some of these units still like full health. The Hurler's charging into melee with the Huskarls.
Yeah, they are. I didn't even notice that.
Quite good. They're absorbing their charge bonus at the very least, although they were barely charging.
Not a bad idea, yeah. He probably should have used his Honored unit for the same idea.
Oh yeah, well the Hurlers all died instantly. I guess that's what we expected, but now the actual melee infantry is going to come in. They're probably going to be able to clear that up now.
Swords and weaponry.
They brought weapons, and they know how to use them. And of course, Overkill has his cavalry still alive.
And there
so
you go.
He's going to be able to hit the morale.
There you go.
Bang.
So there it is. Prussian Prince
victory.
Is out of the battle.
Favorite Alce. He used an unconventional strategy. At least I judge it to be unconventional, and I don't think it really worked. Just two separate battles being fought. So although he won one and sort of lost the other, the fact that he didn't win it by enough and lost the other one by too much, and they couldn't support each other, meant he was wasting half his units half the time.
Exactly.
The worst analysis of all time, but hopefully you understand what I mean. Half the units, actually on both sides, a lot of the units weren't doing anything a lot of the time. But yeah, when Overkill deployed his centre to fight on both flanks, it was sort of easy for him to do that, whereas Prince couldn't bring his victorious right to fight on the left because it was 1,000,000 miles away. So Overkill had his entire army fighting just Prussians left for a while.
Yeah, he was forced. Prussian Prince was forced to use his general as well against like 3 or 4 infantry plus some cavalry units, and there was no way he was going to win that engagement. And from that point onwards, just not looking good anymore.
So it seems that using training techniques, he's managed to win Overkill.
Yes, but now, see, this is where the problem lies. Has Legend of Total War made a killing machine in Overkill? Is he going to be able to stop him himself?
That's the thing, yeah, because they've now trained against each other. And if Overkill wins again, and Legend of Total War wins again, they'll end up fighting in the final.
Indeed.
So that could be quite interesting. Are they going to train against each other for that? They're going to need to find some new training partners.
That is saying that Legend of Total War won his game, which I'm not sure if people have seen yet, so I guess we'll have to make sure that that goes up before this episode.
Well, I haven't seen it either. I'm just saying if he does. I'm assuming he will.
Yes, let's assume Legend of Total War will win most of his battles, since he is, well, I guess after Prussian Prince, he would have been the favorite. He was the favorite, and now he is definitely the favorite.
Yeah, so a lot of people say Prussian Prince. A lot of people say Legend of Total War. One person said Lionheart, who was unfortunately knocked out in the first round.
Yes.
So it didn't work out.
Yeah, and people said that channel size really doesn't matter, and that is definitely true.
Well, that is technically true. Having subscribers does not increase your strategic ability, unfortunately.
You are totally right about that.
Turns out.
Anyway, I think we can take one thing away from this, and that is onagers are very useless in multiplayer. So I'm not sure why people are raving about their... No, I don't think they got a single wheel. And people are saying they're overpowered as hell, so I'm not sure what that's coming from. I'm sure, like, maybe if they're, like, there must be certain things that make them a little better, but
I guess they're overpowered if your opponent doesn't move. Unfortunately, in this case, he made the tactical decision to move, so...
Like, I'm not quite sure what, there must be something that makes them overpowered, like, if the opponent doesn't react to them, but, like, I don't know. Anyway, enough about that. So... Do we have any idea who Prussian Prince is going to face next time? God, I need to, like,
not Prussian Prince. You're just assuming he won.
Overkill will be facing, I think it's one of 3 people that we currently know of, because we haven't actually recorded that one battle yet. So it's either going to be Musi, Stifstra, I believe, or either Alex the Rambler or someone else, because we might be, like, having to, I guess, kick or just, like... have not Rambler in the tournament anymore, because right now he still hasn't done his round one battle. But yeah, anyway, he's going to be facing someone else in the next round.
A variety of possibilities. We'll see how he does. And will he train against them? Is he going to cheat by trying to get good at the game? That's a form of cheating.
Overkill. Unbelievable. Anyway, we will find out soon. Until then, have a good day and goodbye.
See you then.